TTRPG egregious games.
Hey there, Greg here. Have you ever said something to the effect of TTRPGs aren't what they used to be, or modern D&D is way too soft on players? If so, then this video is for you, because this has been grinding my gears for a long time. Every once in a while I'll click on the wrong video, or I'll accidentally drift over to Twitter, and then suddenly my feed is drowning in these takes. Hell, I even had some comments to that effect on the Daggerheart video, which is proof that no matter what you say, people will just hear what's already bouncing around inside their fucking echo chambers. Listen, I get it. You like settings that are a little bit more historically immersive. You don't really like, real-world politics in your game. So why'd you put it in there, bro? Oh, you don't like the combat wheelchair? Yeah, it is a little hokey, huh? So why'd you put it in there? I mean, you're complaining about it, so I assume it's been a problem in your games, fucking up your immersion, so why'd you put it in the game? You are aware of what a tabletop role-playing game is, right? It's a game you play with your friends where you can do whatever you want. It's a fucking imagination game, which is kind of appropriate because 90% of these issues are imaginary too. And this isn't me saying, oh, you should play D&D, it's a good game. It's me saying, I'm sick of hearing this intangible bullshit on loop. These non-issues spun out into entire fucking YouTube careers. Just spitting out the same tribal passwords over and over. Repeating the same tired-ass takes day in, day out for the last 50 fucking years. Listen, I don't like D&D much either. But you and me, we're not the same. Because when I bitch about D&D, I'm bitching about tangible things, like rules. The stuff you bitch about is non-fucking-existent. Oh, the books just pander to the players now. Combat used to be lethal. My brother in Christ, you're the one running the combat. Just put more goblins in, bro. There are higher level monsters in the back of the book. If you don't want so much story in your D&D, why'd you put it in there? Why'd you buy that module? There are thousands of D&D modules, more than there are for any other system, and it's not even close. Finding an adventure you like, ready tailored for the D&D rule set, is Babby's first quest. It's easy. Every other game, that's what's hard. Typically, you have to do the work yourself to convert modules to whatever system you want. But you, all the work has been done for you. Go on fucking DM's Guild. Go find the OSR shit. You're done. You're set. Easy. If you don't like the stuff Wizards is putting out, why do you spend so much time talking about it? Why not talk about the things you do like? Chubby Funster is a great example of an OSR channel that does this. I'm not even an OSR guy, but his channel was made me want to buy Gods of the Forbidden North, a very old school style adventure module. Instead of arguing about what Wizards of the Coast should be doing, how about you just support some of the other authors instead? People who are actually making the kind of content you claim to want. Or hell, even write your own modules. You can put in all the goblins you want. Hell, you can even make them be pure evil. I won't call the cops, I promise. I would get it if the complaints were about the rules, but they're not. I keep hearing that D&D is dead, that the new book is terrible, but 90% of the time when I hear that, it's some nothing argument. Fucking vapor. I mean, half the complaints will say the game is too complicated, other people say it's not enough of this or that. They completely disagree about why it's bad, but they're too busy patting each other on the back to notice. They're totally unself-aware. Wizards of the Coast is a company, man. They're not here to make art, they're here to make money. But I actually agree with them doing the things that are going to please the largest number of customers. They're making a game for the average player. It's not some altruistic act, but if it's making a lot of people happy, why would I complain about that? Listen, I get it. You want D&D to go back to how it was before. But that's not happening, buddy. D&D is Stranger Things and Funko Pops now. Most of the modern players don't even remember the D&D you do. It's not happening. It's done. Now, this might be an extreme opinion, but I don't really give a fuck about what the rulebook says about the setting. You think Gygax was reading out of a fucking module? You think any of them were? The great thing about fluff is, it's whatever you want it to be. I was playing in a Faerun game once, and we saw the lore bit that says, Dragonborn live for about as long as humans do. And we were like, huh, that doesn't seem to fit. Dragons live a long time, so you'd think Dragonborn do too. Anyway, my 800-year-old Dragonborn was a pretty cool guy. So yeah, fluff is whatever you want it to be. It doesn't need systematizing, it's fluff. It doesn't even need to be in the fucking rule book. The only thing the book needs is to give you rules that let you play the game you want to play. I don't believe in rules imposing a particular culture of play. In the same way you can loosen things too much in your rules, you can tighten them too much as well. You can try to make your customers only able to play your system in the exact way you envision it. And I see loads of books trying to do this now. It's super in vogue. Trying to enforce some hyper-specific playstyle or some moral. You're rogues, you're not allowed to play the game like this. The game has to be played this way. This is how the story needs to end. It's fucking bollocks. Roleplay isn't about jerking off some author's ego. It's not about winning or doing things correctly. There is no correct way to enjoy your hobbies. Roleplay is about freedom and making choices, playing the way you think is interesting. As a game designer, once you're done writing the rules, your job is to fuck off. By all means, make suggestions, tailor your rules to suit a specific setting or play style, but nobody gets to tell anyone else how they're allowed to enjoy games. Full stop. The job of RPG books is to enable me, the player, to play the game I want to play, and then get the fuck out of my way. More than anything else, that's the strength of TTRPGs. Freedom. Choices. I mean, you would hate it if someone tried to come along and force you to include the combat wheelchair in your own game, in your own setting. So why are you trying to do the same thing? Why are you trying to say D&D has to be this or that? The existence of Rick and Morty doesn't delete Greyhawk. You want the game to be Middle Ages with dysentery, famine, and no tieflings. And that's cool, that's fine, good for you. You can have that. And Matey Boy can have his Hogwarts light, and isn't that cool? Isn't it cool that people have choices? If anything, the overall success of the thing means that the hobby will keep growing, so you'll eventually get more of the stuff you want, which is what we're seeing. There's more TTRPG content coming out now than there has ever been in all of history. You should be happy. I get wanting rules to support a particular setting or vibe, but you have that too. Because guess what? All those old books still exist. In fact, there are 1,000 permutations of old school D&D, from OSE to Shadowdark. There are 1,000 hacks to change the rules to fit the way you want to play, and there are 1,000 new adventure supplements coming out every day for every edition of the game. So if you think basic D&D was perfection and cannot be improved upon, then great news. Books don't have an expiry date. If the perfect game already exists, you should be satisfied, right? But you're not, are you? Hell, even if you became CEO of America tomorrow and you could order a bunch of actually creative people to make the game you wanted, you probably still wouldn't be totally satisfied, right? Because it wouldn't change the thing you're actually opining about. The thing that nobody, not you or me or Wizards of the Coast, have any control over. The culture. Wizards of the Coast didn't change table culture. They just tried to meet the demands of their customers. If you're seeing people playing games differently than you do, it's not because they're wrong, it's just because they have a different preference. That's just how those people want to play. By all means, espouse the virtues of your style of play. Talk about why you love it. Give me your pitch for why I should try it. I love that kind of discussion. But let's stop pretending that because a corp put a token paragraph about consent or some other bullshit in their book, you can't kill your players anymore. Let's stop trying to make the laborious argument that because some artist drew an orc with a sombrero, now you have to throw out all your old orc lore. That shit doesn't matter to anyone, and you know it. You're going to keep playing Dragonlance or Greyhawk or your homebrew world just like you always have. Look, I get it. The TTRPG community that exists now is not the same thing as the culture from back then. I imagine that looking around at the modern TTRPG landscape must feel kind of alienating. Loneliness isn't about having nobody around, it's about feeling alone in your viewpoint. It's about losing a sense of community, feeling your connection to other people getting thinner, more shallow, more meaningless. So I get it. You pat each other on the back just to know you still exist. Just so you can feel like you're not going fucking crazy. You opine on Twitter and YouTube about how D&D is ruined now, and at the back of your head, you bury a little voice that's telling you you're full of shit. But dumbing yourself down, turning into a parody of yourself, is not helping. Because you are burying your own brain. In real time, I am watching the conversation get dumber and dumber as we get more and more tolerant of clickbait and bullshit and blatant pandering to our egos. Our brains are the frog in the pot, and the boiling water is the fucking algorithm. If TTRPG YouTube is dying, it's not because of a lack of discussion. It's because of a lack of good discussion. If we actually care about this hobby, the first thing we need to do is fix our discourse. We need to start having better conversations. If that means fewer conversations, so be it.